PR Connections Radio presents. This podcast is brought to you by NVisionU. NVisionU has discovered how to impact spirit, body, and soul with spray technology in just 30 seconds. With NVisionU, you can achieve optimal health and start living the life you have always dreamed of. Use the promo code NVisionU.com/VernDix to take control of your health naturally.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you're hearing this podcast from. Welcome to my podcast, Prospering in Health and Wealth. My name is Verner Dixon. I'm with VM Enterprise, and I am wanting to have a discussion with you about health, wealth, and wellness, and talk about how they actually interrelate with each other and can create a better environment for you, create a better work environment for you, a life situation for you, particularly if you have your health and you can focus on generating your wealth. And I think we'd have a lot to have conversations about. If you're interested, hang around and get your friends and relatives on board. And so let's get underway. Thank you. Let's go. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'd like to thank you all for joining today. And I hope, as I always wish that you were, having a blessed day and waiting for the better things that are out there and laid out for you, because God has some things laid out there for you. And so you need to be around to get those. And for those who see me on a regular basis, I sent out some information regarding what this show was going to be about today. And we're going to switch things up a little bit. The introduction of the individual that was in the original information is still going to be that person, Tina. And since we are making that change, what I'd like to do is kind of introduce you to the different service that I'd like to talk to you about today, because we're not going to talk about the other one. That'll be maybe next week. I'll try to do that. But I felt that this was so important and timely that you needed to take care of this too, because I've used the product, one of their products as well. And from a standpoint of, well, let me stop talking and get back to you. So let me see if I can go ahead and get this video running to introduce you to the other service.
Welcome to Vital Health. Our curated selection of world-class products is designed to optimize your well-being, economic prosperity, and overall health. We uphold stringent quality standards by harnessing groundbreaking technologies like nanotechnology and adaptogens. Our dynamic business model utilizes powerful distribution channels such as online marketing, retail, influencer collaborations, affiliate programs, and network marketing to fuel income generation effectively. Since our inception in 2022, we are proud to own state-of-the-art manufacturing facilities. Our visionary approach aims to create transformative opportunities in lifestyle, health supplements, well-being, and economic empowerment through our unique affiliate model. At Vital Health, our primary objective is to empower our community to reach their full potential in leadership and personal fulfillment. With affordable premium-grade products, we provide essential tools for your transformative journey towards holistic well-being and personal development. Discover our meticulously crafted product line of scientifically validated health supplements that elevate your quality of life. Shop conveniently at our virtual store or via our virtual office. As our esteemed affiliates, you can enjoy a comprehensive rewards plan with attractive bonuses, discounts, and various benefits. Engage in weekly virtual training sessions led by experienced leaders covering business, wellness, and personal development topics. Join us at Vital Health Global as we reimagine the landscape of health and wellness. Together, let's create a brighter future and embark on an exhilarating adventure at the forefront of innovative wellness solutions.
Awesome. And it just so happened that one of the team members from that company, Vital Health, happened to stop by to pick up the products and serve the unit that I used last night to run my health scan. I'll talk to you a little bit more about that, but let me introduce you real quick because she has another appointment that she has to get to. And this is Junko Abog Harris, and she's part of the Las Vegas team. I'll let her introduce herself real quick.
Aloha, I'm running late to another appointment, so call me anytime. I'll be happy to help you, give yourself a scan, and maybe I might have a couple samples to let you try. And I'm available 24/7. I have my scanner with me all the time, so I can scan you anytime. So call me. Okay. Aloha. I got to run. Thank you.
Thank you, Junko. Really appreciate it. You have a blessed one. Thank you. All right. All right. That is great. She just happened to be coming by to pick up her unit. I thought it would be later today. But so anyway, you've got to meet one of the team members. And now you're going to get to meet one of the other team members. And this one is the one that I sent that information out on. Before I bring her on the screen, let me do this. Her name is Tina D'Angelo. She has a BS and RDMS and RBT and RT. I have no idea what those are, but maybe she can tell you when we get here. She is respected medical imaging professional, turned top leader and wellness educator, recently partnering with Vital Health Global. And that's why this is significant, because we've got an individual who knows about medicine in general. So that can be very, very helpful. She has over 25 years in hospital medicine and 17 years mentoring college students in radiology and ultrasound. Tina brings both science and soul to the conversation of health. I love that, science and soul. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Tina D'Angelo.
Thank you, Verner.
Right.
I'm so excited to be here, and I understand that you probably are just as passionate about service and soul as anyone else. So thank you.
Oh yeah. I mean, and I'm so excited to talk to you about it, because obviously this service is new to me, because as it indicated, I was trying to do one on the other, a different product. And so this one was introduced to me. And so I had to jump onto it. And then I was introduced to you by Junko, who was just here, which is awesome. And so I'm going to let you reintroduce yourself, and I'm going to let you tell these people what all these labels, these alphabet is. Okay. So go ahead, Tina.
Okay. Well, my specialty is medical imaging. So I literally tell people what I do is I look inside of bodies all day, real time, right? I look at the inner workings of your organs, your blood, right? All the cells, all the things that people wish they would know about what's going on, right? I say, I wish I could wave my magic wand over everybody, because it would be a huge eye opener. So I'm very passionate, not only about helping people through diagnostic imaging, but also because I'm a healthcare professional, I'm here to serve people, right? I want to help people. So I have spent 25 years in a hospital setting. I'm still there. I've also was a clinical advisor at the local colleges here in Las Vegas, because I believe in helping the next set of healthcare professionals strive in excellence, right? So it's a see one, teach one, do one mentality. But I also, because of what I've seen, right, in the insides, it's also made me very passionate, not just about medicine, right? There's a time and a place, but about real solutions when it comes to health, wellness, and healing. And I believe that through nature, natural products, and we all kind of know this anyway, that is where we're going to find the most significant changes when it comes to healing and repairing those deficiencies, right? That we all suffer from, because we are a society that's sick, right? Symptom-based, but we don't need to play victim to our symptoms anymore, right? We don't need to have a badge that says I'm this and this and this. What if we could actually say, I used to have some of those things. Now I'm healthy, I'm happy, right? I'm thriving, and I'm living my best life.
Awesome. And I'm excited about the soul to the conversation of health. So you're into that soul, taking care of people because you care about people. And I guess one of the things I know that you're really busy because the schedule that you work, and you do your work schedule, and you said you have 4 kids, right?
I do. I have 4 kids. They all live at home. I have to admit, people don't really know my true age, but I have 3 adult children, but
Okay.
they're still at home. And then I have my one 8-year-old. And then,
3
busy house.
adult children. You must
3
have
adult.
started when you were 9 or 10, something like that. Oh, I got.
Yeah. Well, I've been at the hospital 25 years, so I'm kind of aging
Okay.
myself.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm excited about the product here because I'd like to see what some of the other products actually do. And again, Junko was holding the scan machine, and the scan is just a way to indicate where your weaknesses are, your cells and your body, and what you need to do. The fat, I'm trying to remember some of the things from the test that I took, the potassium and
You're doing
all
good.
those. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna interject there because you
Okay.
were doing awesome. But basically, it tests 45 different key areas in our bodies, right? Because it can indicate organ function.
Okay.
It can help with certain deficiencies, even minerals and vitamins, amino acids. But it also can test things about like our skin, allergies, toxin overload, right? People want to know like what is holding on to my body. What I love about that QRMA, the quantum resonance magnetic analyzer that you were talking about, is it's not a diagnostic tool, something that I would use in the hospital. It's more about a holistic baseline. So it's giving us key indicators, and it's 95% accurate to blood. And I've actually have done so many scans, and I look at blood work in the hospital, and it's fascinating how accurate it is, but how easy and how quick. We're not going to replace blood work, right? We're not going to replace those other diagnostic tools, but it gets people eyes inside of what's going on in their body as far as deficiencies. And like you said, it gets that report card at the end, right? Because it's pulling the things that we really need to get eyes on now, right? We need to start the conversation of this is like seeing is believing, right? This is what is going on, right? It could be underlying, it could be in the moment, it could be a whole bunch of different things, but it gets people to say, now, what can I do about it? Which is the conversation we want to have with people, because we are starting to open up our minds to a more holistic health and wellness journey, but there's a lot of confusion. People just don't know where to start or what to do.
Yeah. I mean, and I understand that from the standpoint of the things that I've had to go through to get here. And again, that's why I have this podcast, because of the health issue that I had and the financial issues on top of that, because the health required something outside of my normal insurance. What's the word I'm looking for? And so I needed to earn some additional income. So I did that. And so what I've seen here, or the last time I looked at a product and trying to make a decision, it was my gut. And I had prescriptions for my gut that didn't work. And so I found one that did work, but that was hit and miss. I had to look for it and kind of do that research. And then they give you, this other company would provide a not a scan, but a body image kind of a thing, but it was $900.
Oh yeah.
It was $900. And there's no way that I could, I want to make sure that I can take care of myself, but $900 is $900, and so this makes a difference. And
so affordable, so easy. I've scanned even children. I love that they have a protocol for children, so it knows that children also have vitamin and mineral deficiencies, right? We know our gut and brain adapted all the things, right? And sometimes kids, they don't eat very good, right? They don't listen to mom and dad, because I know I have them. But sometimes even just taking a peek inside of them and saying, look, if you have these things, because you're not getting them from your food, or you need your minerals and vitamins and things like that. And then we have a whole kids line for them, which is
Okay.
fun. Yeah, it's fun, delicious. And the kids are having good results as well. And I personally know as a mom, right, I would do anything for my kids. And I know it's hard. It's hard to be perfect. It's kind of a balancing game, I say. You know,
Yeah.
we can't get away from all the bad stuff, unfortunately. It even comes down to our soils are depleted, right? We're just not getting the minerals and vitamins in our food source. Even our organics are not the same as our grandparents had, right? It's just unfortunate. But we can do better, right? We can balance it out of, yeah, we're going to get some of these bad things into our bodies, but we can balance it out by putting the good nutrition in. And that's actually what I love so much about the product line they have here at Vital Health Global. It's all about taking the bad stuff out, right? The toxins, like you said, your gut, right? Your gut, liver, almost everyone's guts and livers have problems. I almost guarantee it. But getting those bad things out of our body on a daily basis and then putting the good nutrients back in.
Yeah.
So it's every day. Let's get this stuff out, put it back in. And then that way over time, and very quickly as well, because I do see people feeling and seeing this right away, that people are getting naturally healthier just by following that simple rule. Take it out, put it back in.
Make sure you do that. Now, in terms of your background, 25 years in medical health and everything, I mean, so you have options in terms of how or when you make a decision on partnering with a company or product or service
100%.
or whatever. So what's so significant about Vital Health and the reason that you came on board?
Yes, that's a really great question, by the way. So I have actually been in the health and wellness space for about 8 or 9 years, and I have come from a few different companies. And what attracted me to Vital Health was obviously like full assurances and transparency. Like I have to literally know exactly the quality, everything that's going into these products, right? And so even before I was partnering with the company or deciding to partner and bring that product line into North America, because we are just launching the North America market.
Okay.
This was actually formulated by Dr. Tony in Mexico, and he's been using it in his clinics for 17 years.
Okay.
So it's only been really known or done as far as manufacturing in Mexico. So I actually went down, I spent 3 days in the labs, in the clinics, looking at the raw materials, in seeing the big manufacturing and seeing the vision and the foundation. The foundation is important to me. This foundation of the company was built on service.
Yeah.
And that it's not about the money. I know money happens when you indirectly help a lot of people, right? We know that, right? But it has to be a heart-centered service, walk the talk, right? Kind of company. And I felt that the people down there, that's all they were about, was just helping people. They don't come from a lot, right? But what they're doing down there is changing lives. And so for me, it just checked all the boxes.
Okay.
It had the most amazing natural ingredients in technology form. So all the botanicals are nanoparticle, minerals and vitamins are methylated, which I know is important, especially for your gut and liver.
Yeah.
Right. And I've actually studied nutrigenomics, which is the study of all the different DNA genetics and variants that we obviously inherit from mom and dad. And so a lot of people have underlying things, even in their own DNA, that doesn't allow them to methylize or absorb their minerals and vitamins correctly through their gut and liver.
Okay.
So we are actually walking around malnourished. We're overfed because
we big people.
Food,
okay.
Right? And we're eating, but we're literally eating ourselves to death because we're not getting the correct minerals and vitamins. So what they're doing is the highest bioavailability. They're using many different forms, from capsules to powders to even tinctures, right? So they're really looking at what people like to take, because it's not easy to take a lot of pills, right? It upsets your tummy. There's it's a lot. So I have even found with these products, they're very easy to take. Even the capsules don't upset my tummy. I don't see, I call it expensive pee, right? When you
Yeah.
see that literally coming down out the toilet, my urine doesn't change colors. And I know because of the scan as well, we
Right.
can rescan ourselves even after being on products like these for 30, 60, 90 days. And we're seeing those changes, even when we don't necessarily feel it all the time. So to me, it was more about like the clinical, the in-house laboratory and manufacturing, right? How many companies can say that they literally manufacture and formulate on their own, right? Debt-free, own everything, right? And they're able to do that so inexpensively. They're able to pass along that cost savings to the consumer, right?
Okay. Okay.
To the people who promote the company. It's very, very competitive. There's lots of space for great earnings and margins. More than I've ever seen. And I've come from companies where I've made multiple six figures on part-time, right?
Okay.
Where I'm even replacing my medical income. So that's important to me. I also know, like, when people come to health, when it comes to health and wellness products, right, people have choices. And a lot of times people will go find a good product, which we all know, and it's super expensive, right? Oh, that product, I can't afford it. So they go on Amazon, right? They go, well, I can find something better or kind of the same, probably less on Amazon. Now, Amazon's having a hard problem with third party because a lot of people are starting to make fakes of the supplements. And since in the US in particular, it's loosely regulated. We don't have really good regulation on supplements. That's why people can sell you something and they don't test it. They don't really know what's in it. But I like that the company is saying, hey, we get that people have a choice of where they can buy.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not competing with other health and wellness products or companies per se. We're competing with people like Amazon, right? Because if we can get you the same price, the same margin as Amazon, but a higher quality, better product that you can say works, that you know where it comes from, high quality, then it's a clear choice, plus all the rewards and perks that they do for even customers or consumers that like to buy the product every month.
Right. I mean, the thing for me too, in talking about the gut issue or any issue, I mean, two people can have the same issue, but they may have different underlying problems that are causing that particular issue. And so I've been doing this long enough. When you say you get an expensive product and you may not be able to afford it, and what got me out of my gut issues was an expensive product. And so that's one thing. I love the fact that you went down. Which way is Mexico?
Yeah,
You went down to Mexico. Yeah, you went down to Mexico to spend some time with them in the facility and meet them. I think that is significant and important that they're open to doing that. And you felt, as I'm understanding, you felt really good about the individuals that you interacted with as well.
Yes, I met even Dr. Tony, the formulator, spent a couple hours with us just going over his story about even why and then how he started it and his formulations. And he even educated us on his own product, right? Like that was super powerful. And there is like no egos. Like they're just so grateful for people who want to take that time to come learn and educate. And I am an educator by heart. So if I don't believe it, I'm not going to share it. Like I have to be able to make sure that, I can say the correct things and that, that what I'm saying is also full transparency as well.
Yeah. So when you say it, it can be backed up by either science or just your heart is big enough to cover the bases, right?
Yes, but there's always proof in the pudding, right?
Proof in the pudding. You're exactly right. Like I said, that there's so much stuff out there, and for you to be able to have that kind of personal relationship with the products and services, I call it personal relationship, because you've been to the factory, you've seen the founder, you've seen the formula, all of those pieces. It makes you feel good when you leave, and when you're talking to someone about your product and services, you kind of glow. That's what that glow, because you're so in love. I'm gonna say in love. I'm looking for a different word. In love with
It's
your product, but you care enough about
yes,
your product and what it can do for people
yes, very
to shine
passionate,
when you're doing it. Yes,
very
yeah,
passionate, but also being able to cast the vision onto other people,
okay,
right? Because I could be super passionate about it, but if I don't get, enough people to see the whole picture and the big vision, right? Then I'm just, it's lonely working alone. Of
yeah,
course, we always want that community, and I'm all about community based because that's why that's where people really um, come together, right? Like people can have this amazing this and amazing that, but if you don't have the right community or the right heart, people aren't going to stick around, right? People aren't going to feel that passion and that vision to want to even participate or promote or share or market or whatever, or put it in their store or put it in their doctor's office, right? We all have our why.
yeah. I mean, and that's it. We all have our why. And the other thing, as I was doing my research, really quick research on this, and so it seems like I not only do you have an excellent product and how they manufacture and care about the manufacturing facility and the product that they're offering, but they also offer you an opportunity to sell the product to make some additional income. I
Mhm.
guess would it be you can do part-time or full-time, or how does that work? If you want to mention that real quick.
Yeah, it's one of the things that when I'm always going to be product centric first, but of course I'm an entrepreneur,
Yeah.
right? We're always looking for different ways to have additional streams of income or monetize what we already know or love, right? Add to our portfolio. So I was so impressed. The amount that they're able to pay back to the field is. Just average over like 60%. But then we have the affiliate side, which is amazing because their company is like, we want to put products back on shelves, right?
Mhm.
We can drop ship, we can do online sales, right? All the things. The company is more than happy to take care of that, especially as we're going into global markets. But they want to start seeing these products in the doctor's office, in the med spas, in the health and wellness space, right? People who are influencers, they can get these products up to 80% off, be able to go ahead and resell, right? They can do suggested retail or even above that.
Okay.
So the company is allowing people to say, hey, we get that you're busy, you have lots of things you love to promote. You may not have time to build organizations or necessarily do the network marketing side of some of these companies, but we want to be very generous and give you a huge margin back because you sell and promote our product, you put it in the shelves, and that's already starting to happen. In fact, I have a friend who has a very busy health store in southern Utah. She's literally buying products almost every other day because she's selling out, because the product is affordable. For one thing, people are loving it, and it is word of mouth, right? They're going back and they're sharing, they're saying, you got to get this, you got to get that. And she's loving it because her margin is so big, like her
Okay.
profit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they have a lot of different areas, but they're really trying to bring back the affiliate, the in-house, the resell. They're very open to opening vital health stores, right? I've
Okay.
heard people talking about even like little pop-ups, vital health cafes, right? Because they have their drinks are amazing. They have a whole drink line,
Oh,
right?
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
So
just getting to that. So yeah. Okay.
yeah, and barcodes on everything, and the packaging is so pretty. It's very appeasing, and they don't put things in bottles. They put everything. In fact, I think I have a couple little bags. Like this is our collagen. So everything
Okay.
is in these foil bags. Sorry.
That's
Like
okay.
this is Idolay. This is actually a calming one for sleep, anxiety, relaxes you, chamomile, all the good stuff. There's capsules in this one, but they're just in these little foil bags. And this is actually, I don't know if you're super familiar with natural energy
Yes,
that
that,
herbs
yeah.
put out, the negative ions. Well, by putting them in these foil bags, it keeps that natural energy, that plant energy in, so that you're getting all of the goodness, even some of the frequencies that our cells love, right?
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's where it can become almost adaptogenic to our own bodies, because some of these plants have that natural energy, and all it is it's looking for those deficiencies again,
Okay.
that your body may be having.
Yeah. Real quick, I also am vice president of sales and marketing for a television network, and it's called Golden Network TV. And it was produced, or we started it because of the senior community. And so as I was going through my scan, I was thinking about this being advertised on our network. And the network is, for the most part, national, but we have some international as well. But when you say this is, I mean, personal, like the scanner, for instance, if I were to promote it on our network, how could that, well, maybe we can talk about that afterwards, because I can think of a whole bunch of questions I can ask about this.
Yeah.
So we'll do that later on. So, look like we're out of time, but look, let me, how can people reach you, or what information do you want to leave for them to get back to you on?
Well, we are just starting out, so we are definitely looking for anyone who wants to be product users, give feedback to the company, partner with us. Brand partners are always important to get the word out. I like to make it easy. I have a website called tinadangelo.com, all one word. Or you can find me on my community page, which is riseandthrivewithtina.com. But
Okay.
either one will lead you to great information just about me, what I'm about, but it will also send people information about shopping, the quantum scanner. People are interested in that. And then just, some really good information about the product line and just what I'm doing in general, even just being a health and wellness professional here in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Okay. Even if you're doing those long hours at your regular job. Okay. Do that.
Yeah, I know. I can't quit it. It's
well, that's
maybe
what I was going
someday.
to ask you, because the time you do spend there, if it's a mission of love, then you don't want to quit it. Like, people ask me sometimes, when are you going to retire? Hey, I enjoy what I'm doing. Why would I retire? So
Yeah.
But anyway.
Well, and that's the thing, is they give you flexibility. So I like to still keep my foot in the door, a couple of days a week. It's great. I get to keep up my skills. I get to meet patients. They always say, the hospital's hard, but when the patients say thank you, that makes it all worth it. And then the same thing, I'm able to build a global health and wellness empire on the side. And the same thing, it's still service orientated. So I get to be able to share and give back that way.
Awesome. So thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. And we'll be talking more. And we never know, depending on what we get out of this, may have you come back again anyway and talk about some more of this stuff, because I'm excited. And so I'm sure there'll be other people who could be excited as well. So for those of you who are tuning in, as I always say, continue to be blessed. And look here, the best is yet to come. Have a blessed day. Thank you.
PR Connections Radio thanks you for watching this podcast. Check out more episodes of this show and our others at prconnectionsradio.com.